I am actually using for part 2 of flipping and pitching a 6:2-to-1 gear ratio Pflueger reel, and it is a 5-bearing system, and I have it paired with a Berkley 7-foot medium heavy rod. What you want to do is you want to hold the rod and reel like this, right beside it. That's how I flip. You can watch the pros on YouTube, but this is basically how I flip. I basically hold the jig as if it was laying on the bottom of the ground under the water. I do not hold it upside down because you will get a hook in your hand. You want to have soft trays or something inexpensive. I actually go in a half C when I put these out, and I take this one, and let me see, when I practiced, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 yards out, and these are probably about 10 yards out. When I practice here on this concrete, right here, as you can see, concrete, I like to do it two ways. Two ways I like to do it. I like to walk, pace back and forth, because the boat is always moving at all times in the lake that you're fishing, or the river, because of the current. So I like to pitch back and forth at all times at each placement. Be as quiet as you can. You want to sneak up on the bass, so to speak. You don't want to make a lot of splash when you land it in there. You want to ease it in there real slowly, real softly. You really, when you flip into these cups, you don't want to move the cup, because the cup is basically the water. You want to hit the dead spot. You want to hit the dead zone. But you want to land it as softly as you can, you know. These cups aren't very wide. They're probably about 4 inches long, and you'll probably see a lot of cats trying to chase them. But this is basically a bass, basically. And you want to try to entice them just like that. But this is how I got started. I basically flipped 2 cups like this, and I got used to it. And after about a year, then I moved on to other things. But I went out there on the lake and I continually practiced. Chickens going after it, that's weird. But I continually practiced and got good at it. And you'll notice when you flip, you'll get better at it. You won't land it so hard, it'll be softly, and the water is different from land. So when that lure hits the water, you'll know it. When I flip, I basically like to swing it like this. I mean, I will swing it. And my hand position, like this. But in my hand is like this. It's not like this. It's basically like this. And I will swing that lure. Like so. Hand position is a definite. And I like to flip. When I flip and pitch, I like to hold the rod and reel. I like to hold the rod and reel sideways when I do it. For some reason, I get, with my wrist and everything, it just works. I don't know why, it just does. And when I hold my lure, I like to hold it about like this. Not too low and not too high. I just like to hold it like this. This is the way I do it. So, I mean, I've learned from pros on YouTube, but this is about how I hold it, just like that. Put my finger on the reel and let it go. nice and softly. It works. I mean, that's about how I do it. Just like that. When I hold the jig, and I learned this earlier, when I hold the jig, I want to hold it just like that and cradle it in my hand just like that. I do not want to flip it over, because if you flip it over, you'll get the hooks in your finger just like that. I do not want to flip it over. I want to cradle it just like that, like if it was sitting on the bottom, just like that, and flip it over there gently, just ever so gently flip it. And I like to pace back and forth, pace back and forth, flip it left, flip it right. Small flips. Sometimes you'll be right up on the bass and won't even know it. Hitting the cup is good. You're not going to get it dead center all the time. My pitches, when I flip, I get it wrong a lot of times. I may get it dead center, dead on, perfectly the way I want it. 10 out of 100 casts. But it will be within the vicinity of it. When the cats go after us, good, because you're enticing them. Even say if you get within a foot radius around the cup, you're doing perfect. I wouldn't go no worse or no better. The more you begin to flip, the better you get. Hit right there, within a foot, you know. It's not got to be perfect. If this is your first time, just, you know, get the flow of it, get the vicinity of it. If you're far away, just like this, perfect. My wrist to bend on the other side. It's easier for my wrist to bend. And I'm not, you know, trying to get it way up here to try to flip it. And some people, you know, they're good at that. I don't like to try to trouble myself with trying to flip something so easy. I mean, it's easy because you're not really doing anything. You're just releasing it. You're not even doing anything with the hand. You're just taking this, taking it, and you proper way of flipping is not to hold your hand way up here, but to hold it down by your side like this. The proper way to flip is to hold your line by your reel and allow the rod to do all the work and your wrist. Don't worry about this hand. Allow the reel, when you hold your hand down here to flip, allow the reel and the rod to take it. You want to have it as if the rod is bending. Bend that rod, but don't hold it. Bend the rod out. Let the rod and the reel do all the work. Don't throw it out. Don't hold it back. Just let it go. That's all you're doing, is resting it in your hand for the next flip. Sometimes you'll see anglers like pros, they'll hold it like this. That's fine. Hold it any way to do it. Just simple. Like that. That's it. That's simple. Just simple. Don't get over. Don't get over. Don't do it over. It's very simple. Just cast it out, bring it back. Cast it out, bring it back. Cast it out, bring it back. This is James Hall for James Hall Fishing. I thank you for watching today's show. If you are not notified and would like to see more of my videos, please hit the notification button and hit the bell icon so you get those videos when they come straight to you. We will get more into flipping and pitching on the next video, and then we'll hit the lake, and I will be soon within the next 2 weeks, we will be going to Santee to do some fishing, and be glad to have you come along.